Hi, I'm Steve, and it's time to start saving the world. I'm here, I'm talking science at you, and I'm getting drunk to make it more interesting for you folks at home. Science! What in the dinosaur crap is this thing? This is a cassowary, and they need our help, gosh darn it, it's what today's video is about. As you know, I recently went to San Diego. You should watch the vlogs. My heart's in San Diego. And while we were in San Diego, we went to the safari park, and I had a moment with a cassowary where it was inches away from me, and I kept thinking to myself, how many places in the world can you be just inches away from such a beautiful yet dangerous bird? Apparently, anywhere in Northeast Australia! Now, I knew a little bit about the problems that the cassowaries face before I saw them at San Diego, but I read more of the signs at their exhibit while we were there, and some of the problems that they're facing now, and I thought I gotta make a video on these guys. I made a special connection to the one that I saw just inches away from me, and I thought I have to get these guys out there, I have to let the world know! But upon further research, I figured out that the species as a whole isn't endangered, which is good, but they are endangered in Australia. Does that make sense? Basically, they're considered endangered in Australia, but where they live, they also are found on Papua New Guinea, and they're not as endangered there, but the population is on decline everywhere, and I figure if I don't tell people about this potential problem before it's a big problem, it'll turn into a big problem, you see? We gotta start saving animals early before it's, almost too late. The problem, human error, really, and kind of public perception of the cassowaries. Habitat loss is a major problem for them. A study showed that only 20 to 25% of their original habitat remains. And this pushes cassowaries closer and closer to cities and people, and that's not great for them because they can get hit by cars, and they can also, people feed them, and they're like, oh, look at this crazy bird, I'll feed it! And then the bird gets spooked by a loud noise or a sudden movement, and the bird attacks the person, and then the bird's to blame! It's like, get away from it, it's a wild animal, people! Less habitat also pushes more cassowaries closer together, sharing a smaller area of land, and they're solitary animals, and they don't necessarily get along with each other unless it's breeding season, especially when they're competing for the same food in the same space. As more and more of the cassowaries' habitat is destroyed, more and more of them are pushed into cities and the suburbs, where more and more of them are getting hit by cars and killed, and feral pigs compete with them for food and also just destroy their nests. People feeding the cassowaries also encourages them to stay in the dangerous city where they're more likely to get hit by cars and more likely to keep getting fed and more likely to get spooked and attack people. Several dogs in Australia have been attacked. 150 people have been attacked by their powerful claws and hind legs. It's like fighting a dinosaur. One person even got killed by a cassowary. In most of the attack instances, it was determined that humans were to blame for the attack, more or less, because they fed the birds or tried to touch it or do something stupid, as humans do. They're also a super important animal to the rainforest. They spread seeds, and a lot of plants actually depend on the cassowaries eating them to continue growing and spreading. You know what I mean? Poop. Cassowaries eat them, the seeds, poop them out, new plants. That's some science for you. To science! They're shy and elusive by nature and don't necessarily want to hang around people, and people think they're dangerous because they've been attacking people, but only when they're threatened, so just stop feeding them and they won't attack you! And I know maybe some people think they're helping by feeding them, but just maybe leave food out, and leave food out in the forest and not in your backyard. Talking to you, Australia. So public perception is all wrong. People are scared of them and they think they're dangerous, but they are. Only when their habitat is being destroyed and they're being pushed into cities. So we just have to stop destroying the cassowary habitat, re-establish some old cassowary habitat, and then get them going in that direction, and everything will be balanced and good in the world once again. Links below, more information, donate to something that I might have found by now to put in there to help the cassowary cause. Thank you for watching, I hope you enjoyed. Let's save the cassowary, make someone smile today. I hope you smiled today. Bye!